evening. Tonight's going to be a kind of a fun show for me. A little bit of a celebration. We hit a milestone earlier yesterday. I'd been stuck on 199 subscribers for like 3 days, and I was wondering if it was going to even happen. But here we go, right here, proof that I've got 200 subscribers. So I wanted to say thank you very much for all of you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. It has been an amazing journey, and it has not gone the way I thought it would, by any stretch of the imagination. I set up the channel originally to do videos based on real estate and what I saw in the real estate market as a real estate broker in St. Louis, Missouri. And for whatever reason, right when I started, it just did not take off. And it was just wild. And so I just, to be at 200 subscribers for me, this channel has been left for dead a few times. So it's good. And I just wanted to say thank you very much. I wanted to go over some of the things that I've seen and some of the things I've learned and some of the things that still puzzle me. The first thing I wanted to do is I had my best video on the channel is a YouTube short, and it isn't even about real estate. I used to do live streams, and we used to talk about stuff that was interesting and stuff that was fun. And so I came across this channel called The Outdoor Boys on YouTube, and it was a fantastic channel. And my thought was, hey, all my subscribers and the people that watch my videos, I could tell them, hey, here's a wonderful channel that you might really enjoy. Take a look at it and see, if you like it, because I find it really great. And my thinking is all I'm doing is helping my audience find a channel that they may not have otherwise watched. So let me show you the short that I did. And then it was just basically, all it was a clip from the live stream that I did that night. And so here it is right here. I'm going to play it for you, and I'll stop it in different spots, but here we go. It's the Outdoor Boys. They've got 3.6 million. I don't know why we got to add it in the middle, but 3.6 million subscribers. So I was setting up who the Outdoor Boys channel is, what it's about. Okay, it has 3.6 million subscribers. Contrast that to my maybe 150 subscribers at the time. I mean, it's a great channel and it's doing great things. Okay, here we go. Here's what's next. I'd never seen it. I don't know why YouTube decided that it was time for me to see this. I had never seen the channel before, and it had been recommended to me through the YouTube algorithm. And I thought that was awesome because here's this channel that I would have never otherwise found without the YouTube algorithm. And then my thinking was, hey, maybe some people in my audience might, now they know about the Outdoor Boys channel, they might be able to go find it on YouTube and watch it. That's what the thinking was. But can you imagine now? I can't imagine sending my kid with me camping. Okay? That's just past anything I could possibly imagine. So I can't imagine taking my kid with me. The Outdoor Boys channel, Luke, he goes out in the Alaskan tundra, 20 feet of snow, hiking, okay? Takes his young kids, all right? That's impressive. But not only is he does that, he does it while filming the whole thing. He's creating beautiful videos of this wonderful scenery and taking his children. It's very, very impressive. The production quality is very, very high, okay? I can't imagine being able to produce such a wonderful video, okay, and bring my kids along. It's like, how do you have enough time to watch them and to do these videos? It's very, very impressive. And what if something happened to the kid? What if he was injured or she was injured, or what if they got lost, or what if I got lost? And this guy's filming everything, which is what I thought was really impressive, okay? It's not that, I can't take my kids camping, or, I'm afraid to do that. It's not about me. It's about this guy and his ability to do this thing, which is really impressive, and my audience should probably watch that because it's great if it's something they might be into. This has to be some of the best stuff I've ever seen. This has to be some of the best stuff I've ever seen. Okay? That is the highest endorsement I can possibly give. And yet I had people writing comments like, stop trying to profit off of the Outdoor Boys channel. I can't profit off of a channel when I'm not even monetized, okay? And all I'm doing is trying to tell my audience, here's something you might want to watch. It's kind of fun, okay? I got accused of, I'm criticizing the Outdoor Boys channel. How do you criticize the Outdoor Boys channel when you say, this is some of the best stuff I've ever seen? It was bizarre to me, okay? But it was really eye-opening because clearly people will assign values to any video you put out there. And I wasn't prepared for that because as I sit and I watch, as I sit and watch YouTube, the things that I watch, first of all, I don't think I've commented on a video ever. It just isn't, I'm not normally by my keyboard and it just wouldn't occur to me. But then, the way I see it is, it's just like, I would want to have an informed opinion before I wrote something, before I wrote a comment. And this is one of the problems that we have is, like, I'm doing things the way I would think that you would do them, right? But there's over 1,000 people watching that short every day. Okay. So it's like, everyone comes to it with, you may be driving down the road, right? You shouldn't be watching video, but you may be, you may be, you may be half asleep and you may see that come on and you assign some sort of value to it. And it's not what I had put out there. It's not what my intent was. And so it's amazing to me to see how something so innocent turned into such a mess for me. Okay. Because this one video is the viral video for my channel. It's got nothing to do with real estate, right? I've now got a short that has nothing to do with real estate. If the YouTube algorithm is even recommending that short, people that want to subscribe to my channel and to talk about outdoors stuff, I've not talked about the outdoors since. And that was like a year ago. So this is one of those things that I've learned is, if somebody writes a comment and it's just dumb, I just have to kind of let it go because they're in a different spot. Like what they're seeing is different than what I'm trying to produce. And so that was eye-opening for me. It was just bizarre. When I saw that YouTube had picked that up as the one video that they were going to show, I was like, really? This is going to kill my channel. And believe me, my channel, I think, has been dead like 3 times. I've managed to pick it up and at least get some views. So that was the first thing it's been a learning experience for me that I can't take what people write, too seriously. Sometimes people say that I'm bald and they're like, you're bald. It's like, oh, I know. I've been that way since I've been in my early 20s. I'm going on 20 years of this now. It's not a surprise to me. It's just strange. It's just a strange thing. And that's what happens when you put yourself out there. You're going to get people that don't like you, just don't like you. So that was something I learned. And then the next thing is my channel is about real estate news, commentary, and opinion. And it's mostly in the residential space. But we look to other parts of the economy to try and determine what's going on. So it wouldn't be unusual if I talked about inflation. It wouldn't be unusual if I talked about credit card debt, used cars, repossessions, things of this nature, late payments. We're looking at things in the economy to try to understand what's going on in the real estate market at this time. And for some reason, YouTube just can't find my niche, okay? Like it just cannot figure it out. I'm not sure why, but I think there's a couple reasons. One, I don't like to do clickbait titles, so I don't write like you've seen a few of the videos where they'll show the titles and it'll be like, I'm going to die of cancer. And then they'll get like 5 million views. And then I'm cured of cancer. I'll get like 100 views. It's the same person. Maybe you've seen that floating around. And I think that the clickbait titles, especially with gloom and doom, pay. I was watching another real estate investor channel, and he was talking about how what we call the crash bros, okay? The people that say the economy's going to crash, the housing market's going to crash tomorrow, get out while you still can. They were banking between like $65,000 and $100,000 a month on YouTube by just saying it's going to crash. And that's just not who I am. I don't like a tremendous amount of negativity. I always think that there's a reason to buy a home for a certain people. We call them life events. You're having a baby, you're getting married, something's going on in your life, or, something bad's happening. There's a divorce, there's something of that nature. But there's always like kind of a reason to buy a house. And that's why I'm never like, this is the time to buy, this is the time to sell. Because it depends on where you're at in your own life. And another thing is I don't like slick or highly produced videos, or highly edited. So the idea of me taking like 3 takes to say the same thing doesn't make any sense to me. Like I hate those videos. I hate those videos, but I know that those get more views. So maybe I should, but at the same time, I'm just not. And number 4, my channel isn't just like the latest get rich quick scheme in real estate. So I'm not going to say like, hey, you should buy storage buildings in the middle of nowhere, because that's going to make you all kinds of money and you're never going to have to work again. I'm not going to say you should buy 50 or you should buy 50 single family homes and everything's going to go perfect and you're never going to have any issues. It's just not who I am. And so, I think that because I'm pretty, like, I feel like pretty level-headed, I don't get a chance to get into like the YouTube recommendation algorithm for real estate and real estate news. I just don't think it happens. So that's one of the things I wanted to point out, is that the niche is not like, that's why it hasn't been growing like it should be. The people that would like to watch my videos would like to see stuff that's like real, right? No BS, no fluff. Just this is what's going on in the housing market. Or this is what I see. This is what you need to pay attention to. So that's that. And now there's this other issue that I think hurt my channel when I started, and I just don't know how to get around it. And so let me just try to explain it to you. And it's this weird thing about a soft ban that I'm kind of aware of. I think I get knocked down a bit due to the language of the pandemic. Okay, so much of the real estate news over the past 3 to 4 years have been about people making choices due to the pandemic. However, it seems like there's a soft ban on anything related to the pandemic. I know for a fact that there is, because if I say certain stuff, I'll get a warning, I'll get a medical warning put across the bottom. It's wild. So this soft ban on anything related to the pandemic, it makes it super difficult for me to talk about what has gone in the real estate market, because much of what we're seeing in the current real estate market is a result of the pandemic. Okay? I mean, before it started, and by the way, I'm saying pandemic now, because if this video doesn't do that well, it's okay. It's my 200th video, or 200 subscriber video, celebration video. I don't suspect it's going to be that highly ranked anyway. But, let me give you an example. If I say that the housing market was locked up for 2 weeks during the pandemic, I'll get a soft ban on that. Okay. If I say that the government printed billions of dollars to try to rescue the burnt economy during the pandemic, I get a soft ban. Now, I'm saying pandemic, COVID-19, coronavirus, those words, can't say those to get anywhere. Okay. If I say that migration patterns for a lot of the country were people who moved to a work from home model during the pandemic, I get a ban. And this is in contrast to someone who makes a reaction video to a cartoon. There's no ban there. It really sucks. So many of the channels that I like and enjoy, like when guys are fixing cars, okay, or when there's a race car driver, they're never talking about the pandemic, okay, because in their channel it doesn't matter. They're talking about winning the race, or they're talking about getting a car to run. And so it's very, very frustrating, because my body of knowledge is in real estate, and what's going on has been affected by the pandemic for the last number of years. Yet anytime I say the word pandemic, or if I see an article and I read a portion of the article, that's going to get me a soft ban. It's really, really, really tough. And it's something that I know is kind of holding me back. Then there's this other thing that I wanted to go over, and like I wrote a little outline out, and you might be able to see when the screen turns pretty white on my face that's what I'm looking at. But I wanted to talk about something that's kind of been like a philosophical thing for me on this channel, and it's true with my real estate website as well, as it's the ever-changing landscape of YouTube. YouTube is constantly changing. What worked last year may not work this year. If I make content solely to feed the algorithm, that isn't the content I really want to make. I want to talk about the real estate space and news. I don't want to be researching keywords, writing out a script, and then optimize it for SEO. I just want to make the videos as a sort of window for you to see what someone in the industry is thinking. It took more than 3 years to get 200 subscribers, and who knows how long it could take for me to be monetized. But that isn't the point. I want to do my own thing, and I want to thank you for coming along. Look, I will do what I think is right. Okay. It's funny. Here's some of the things I've learned just by doing this for a while. One, if I mention a big city in my video, I will get more views. So here are 2 big cities that you will get more views. If I say house prices are down in California, or California housing crash, oh my God, I would get 1,000 more % of views on my video, on that one video. If I do New York housing struggle, I will get more views. It's just the way, that's kind of the nature of it. If you look at sports, if you look at kind of how the East Coast or the West Coast kind of dominates, when the Dodgers are in the World Series, for example, you're going to see higher ratings than if St. Louis is in the World Series. And I know this, having lived in St. Louis for much of my life. I mean, it's just the way it is. There's just more people in California and New York, and so you just don't get that exposure. So, you have a choice as a creator. Do you do everything that somebody do you do everything that they want you to do every single time, so that you can have this, this channel that isn't really about you anymore? It's just kind of a sellout to what an algorithm that isn't real is saying? Or do you do what you want to do? Do you speak your mind to the ability that you can? Obviously, you can't say certain words like pandemic. Okay. What do you do? And then the other thing is do you make the content like Crash Brothers or Storage Brothers, or, do you do that so that you can, get higher in the rankings and do it? Or do you do what you want to do? And so I've chosen to do what I want to do. Is there a time when YouTube's going to come back for me in my videos? Probably not. And that's okay. They need to have people watching. Okay. And I need to do my stuff. And so that's why I'm on Rumble. That's why I'm on Odyssey. That's why I'm on Twitter. That's why we have the website. I'm not going to just stay on YouTube, because I can kind of see that it's not going to be a huge amount of growth, or if it is, it would be very, very surprising. Finally, I wanted to add one more point, and that is failure. Okay. I know that you see all these channels with 1,000 subscribers in a week. People make 4 videos and they're monetized, and yet here I am at over 1,000 videos produced and only 200 subscribers. I've tried longer form videos. I've tried streaming. I've tried shorts. Nothing has seemed to work, and it can get pretty frustrating. However, I don't think where we are now is where we're going to end up. I think the channel will continue to evolve over time. I have an idea of where I want to go, but you kind of have to work your way through it. Okay. I'll just about me. One of the things about the way I think is I see something in the media that causes me to question something, and then I bring it forth in a video. That's kind of the way I see it. The original thought, okay, isn't really spurred until I see something that has been written, or something that has been said, or something that is going on in the marketplace. And so at some point in time, there should be this evolution of, this is what I think, and here's how it looks. Here's how it looks. Like, I should be able to produce that. I'm not there yet. I don't know that it's ever going to happen, but it should, right? I see people with big followings on like Twitter, and I know there's this one guy that's got like 1 million YouTube subscribers just in the real estate space. And I know that like half of the people that see his stuff are just knives out saying like, your data is wrong, you're wrong. And then the other 50% are like, thank you so much, this is great. So even if you did have all the right information, you're already going to have 50% of the people that are going to be haters, it looks like. So I want to move in that direction. Like I said, though, I don't want it to be super slick produced, unless it was every once in a while. But even then, I just want a space where, if you see something in the video and you disagree, all right, in the comment section, you disagree. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And maybe you've got a reason. Most of the stuff, one of the one of the strangest things ever is watching all these people that are supposed to be experts saying that the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. It's going to fall at some point in time if you say it enough times, right? Over 20 years, we're going to have another boom, we're going to have another bust. That's kind of the way the markets work. Now, you can argue that the Fed accelerates those, okay, with their terrible policies. That's a reasonable consideration. But, to just be a one-trick pony, to just say that, the housing market is terrible, you should never ever buy a house, you should rent and just enjoy it forever. I'm just not that person. And I hope that at least it's coming through. I mean, if you want, like, I follow probably 1,000 real estate agents on Twitter. And if you want the canned response, like, what is the one what drives me? Call me for a free home evaluation, right? Or it's never the wrong time to buy a house, or, happy Halloween all month long. I'm just not that person. And I have never been that person. And I'm sorry, but that's just kind of the way it is. Now, look, we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to get better, or we're going to get worse. But this isn't my main job. My main job is to help buyers buy homes and sellers sell theirs. Okay, it's not killing me to do these videos right now in this format. I hope to do other things with the channel. I hope to bring you all along with me. But I understand that if you can't find me, then that's the way it is. So anyway, there's a couple of things. One, I wanted to test something. I've heard that YouTube made changes so that if you say the word subscribe, it comes across the bottom of the screen now. But you can only say it 3 times in a video. And the funny thing is as we all know, like, or if you've got a YouTube channel, like, the first 30 seconds are the most important part of the video. And after that, the watch time goes down and down and down to pretty much zero. Like, I'm at 23 minutes. I doubt anybody's watching this still. But for those of you who are, I'm just testing the subscribe feature and seeing how it goes. And with that, I'm going to head on out. Tomorrow we'll get back to the regularly scheduled videos. Honestly, I really, really appreciate it. For those of you even if you came accidentally and were on a short and hit the button to fast forward and now I'm in your subscribers, that's totally fine. Like, please don't get rid of me in that spot. Just thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you on the next one.